that Essa is in fact one of the top 3 contenders for the presidency. Now, about money, the top 3, in fact, yes.
And who
yes.
Can you name?
Well, it's the incumbent, the traditional conventional UDP, but also Essa Faal, in the top 3 in a contest where there is a 33% undecided voters, and the fact that we have hundreds of thousands of new voters, first-time voters, who are not traditional supporters of the conventional parties. We stand a very good chance of winning this election, because the 33% undecided is the battleground for these 3 top candidates for the presidency, and I believe that we stand as good a chance as any of them. In fact, perhaps a better chance, considering what we have achieved in 8 weeks. It is possible going forward in the next 4 weeks that we are able to attract more support.
I want to come in. Today, Essa Faal was a little bit annoyed concerning about the vehicle transportation and other stuffs. At the end of the day, pointing fingers at the president. Do you think that is also a little bit right? Because I was thinking that shouldn't be the issue. Like you chatter for a vehicle to come over for your nomination. As a result, Barrow and his people will go and double price, the drivers, and they neglected him. So what does that actually entails to you?
Elections are funny periods for many people. That is the reason they call it the silly season, where people and contestants would do dubious things mostly, but also there is a lot of horseplay. And to gain more support. I am not going to speculate as to the reason why most of the drivers that we had an oral contract with to bring our supporters from these different places, far afield, had all of a sudden at the 11th hour had decided to withdraw from such an agreement. I am not saying anybody, one or the other person, is responsible. I am not going to speculate, but I think it was bad fate on the part of the drivers to withdraw at such a late time in the day or the night, if you like. And Essa was rightly, angered by that, because it's frustrating to have agreed to do certain things, and then last minute you decide to withdraw. It's a normal contract. If you sign a contract for a contractor to build a house for you, and at the last minute he decides, I'm not going to do it, you have invested so much in that deal and that agreement, and all of a sudden someone reneges on that. It's not a nice thing, is it? You would have been livid if that were the case with you, wouldn't you? So that is the situation. He was expressing a genuine frustration at that.
I'm concerned about that. So finally, before we go, what is your general message to everybody, especially to the Gambians?
I say, first of all, to those who support us, keep faith with us, because we are the new kids on the block. And we are also asking the general public and all the other voters to consider change in its real meaning, not cosmetic change, but real change in the system that we want to bring to this country. You can see that the young people, in their huge numbers, are supporting our campaign. There is a 60% youth bulge in our country. The young people and the first-time voters constitute the largest cohort of the voting population. And I believe that with increased campaigning and a greater understanding of what we stand for, the values that we espouse, but also the plans that we have for the young, the old, the women, the men, everybody across the board. Time for change. Once you realize that, you will come and join us and join us in this journey for change, transformation, and renewal. And that is what we are fighting for.
Thank you. Once again, your name?
James Bahum, campaign manager for Essa Faal.
Are you having your voters card?
Yes.
Very well. Anyway, he's the campaign manager. We all have heard from him, and he has made some clarification on that. So on that note, we're saying thank you for watching. Keep sharing the information. I I have a very young man beside me, and he also has some word to put across concerning about Essa Faal. We all know that Essa Faal was nominated by the people, and of course he was present at IEC. Gentlemen, welcome, and tell us your name and what is in your mind concerning about Essa Faal's nomination.
Yeah, my name is Tijan Sawane, and I have never involved into politics. But the reason why I involve myself into politics is because of the talented man, the man with experience, and which is no other person, which is Essa Faal. And I see that he is the only man that he's capable of ruling this country. Because one of the things that really makes me, to support him, he's a truthful somebody.
Okay.
And towards his experience and his capability, I know that if he become president of this country, what the first target that he will fight towards, the Gambian people is corruption.
Okay.
And because if you look, and corruption is rampant in this country, and he's the only guy that can able to swap up corruption in this country, bro.
Yeah, you said Essa Faal is a good man. How long have you been with him?
And sorry, man, Mr. Journalist, and I'm a teacher.
Okay.
I have been in the teaching field for 6 years, and we the youth, we are really suffering because if
what are those sufferings?
one of the reasons why I say that youth are suffering in the Gambia, there is no job facility for youth, and there is no youth empowerment, and there is no country whereby if there is no youth, there will be no development.
Okay.
And I see that Essa is here to support youth. At least when he became president, he can take this country further. And the reason why. One thing about Gambian politics, and the advices that I have for my brother youths and outside there, let us stop tribalism. And tribalism will not take our country further.
Why are you talking about tribalism? Do you think that Essa Faal is tribalist, or do you think that people are accusing him of tribalism?
Yeah, the reason why I mention tribalism, we have some people that doesn't know, what is Ensa's intentions.
Yeah.
Others might be there interpreting, bad about Ensa. Ensa, this is the way he is. Ensa, he's tribalist. Or Ensa, I won't support Ensa because he's a Wolof. Ensa, everybody is equal to Ensa. Whether you are Jola, whether you are Mandinka, any tribe that exists in the Gambia, as far as you're a Gambian, let us all come under the umbrella as a Gambian. Let us stop tribalism. Because, one thing about tribalism, it always creates problems within ourselves. And what I want to tell my brother youth over there, politics, it comes and go, and we stays as one. But like now, we see Gambian, since 1965, since Gambian got independent, we have seen the great peoples that rule this country. We see the first president, which is the first republic of the president. He ruled this country for 30-something years. We see when the dictatorship came into power. Mr. President Adama Barrow, when he was, selected among the coalition, all Gambians comes out just to support him because of the dictatorship that was ruling in our country. We doesn't just support him because of we need corruptions, we need mismanagement of government. What was the reason why we supported Adama Barrow is because of democracy. But we see is when he came into power, things are difficult, and really, it is really terrible. It is really terrible why our brothers are going through this back way. Others use their life. It's because of what? There is no good facility.
So you said that when President Barrow came in office, things were difficult.
Yeah.
Is that the cause, or is that the cause of President Barrow?
In any governance, if you always try to be straightforward, all your teams, your cabinet members that are with you, they will also work with you. But if the leader is corrupt, those are the backbones of that leader. They must have to be corrupt.
Definitely.
Yeah.
On that note, we're just keeping this interview short, but probably there must be another time for me to come here and then talk to intellectual youths like him. I believe that we all have a voice, and of course, use your voice to change the world.
men dati alsa continue aliye men dati kendo le mu niye kendo dati ebe kendo le tarala inya
alba ku ya da yabo akwai na manangula kono nyindo balondila garezi so kono nyindo balondi VM International TV galing ngalit kontonne seo tala kuala